The Cheating Death Podcast is a satirical podcast containing objective, transparent, and direct information about anything and everything under the sun. We are non-biased and we are non-partisan, and we are not analytical to a point or a fault. We provide insight and opportunity for you to explore your own world. We are not political, nor are we religious. We are indeed analytical and no longer litigious. Ladies and gentlemen, you have taken an opportunity to dive down the rabbit hole because you are listening to the Cheating Death Podcast. On today's episode of the Cheating Death Podcast, we provide you with some tips on how to build your body, giving you an opportunity to see things from a slightly different angle, maybe help you get some extra gains and some perspective in along the way, providing with an all-new joke of the episode, an all-new annihilation of the announcement, and a business spotlight that is sure to set things right. This, dear listeners, is an opportunity for all of us to take a moment and breathe and relax as we listen to a man with a moderate baritone voice explain some of the most silly and fun elements of life, while also providing you with some tips in this episode to build your body in the way that you see fit. So, dear listeners, by now you know what to do. Grab your iced coffee, put your feet up, and let us tell you how you can cheat death. This is your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is your Annihilation Announcement. We focus on building for the future and focusing towards a brighter tomorrow. But what do we do when it comes to building our bodies, dear listeners? Well, we ask ourselves many questions to provide ourselves with many opportunities and many different resources. But what is it inside of ourselves that pushes us to do so? What is it that makes us look in the mirror and asks us to do a change or to build ourselves in such a way? These particular news items, dear listeners, it would surprise you because reports are coming in that it comes straight from the soul, that it comes straight from the brain. External stimuli may play a factor, but at the end of the day, what you see is what you get when it comes to the resources that your brain and that your body provide. There are no ways for you to truly exemplify and or understand just how strong that you are until you push yourself to the limit. This is especially true when you put a training regimen onto your already busy schedule, whether it be a cardio-heavy diet or whether it be a weightlifting-heavy ratio diet. It does not matter. You must do what you can and find the reasons that you want in order to see exactly what it is that you want to build yourself into becoming. No answers are ever going to be provided for you in the way that one would hope that would be provided if you are going down a highway of the I-95 and the signs are quite clear telling you what's coming next. Your body isn't always going to be as direct and or specific unless you are listening to it. You, dear listener, are going to see exactly what it is that you need to do in order to identify and explain to your physiology what is needed to boost your protein levels, what is needed to get you to that next level, what is needed to move you to the echelon in which you are trying to reach. For you see, building your body is no easy task, but also taking yourself seriously is not so easy either. We live in a world and in a time to where there are no easy answers anymore unless you have a trust fund. So, dear listener, figure out who you are and that badass inside of you and bring it out. Bring it to surface and identify just how hard you are willing to push yourself to do everything that you need to do to be the human being that you want to be. This has been your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this has been your Annihilation Announcement. Willkommen, meine Freunde. Guten Morgen, guten Tag und eine gute Nacht. Ist der Reisende und eine Ausländer und eine Allesfresser, deine Cleric of Chaos. And of course, deiner Schauspieler, deiner personal trainer, deiner individual in whom is ready to take care of anything and everything that you may need in order to get your body up to speed. We are here for you, dear listeners, because when it comes to building your body, there are a lot of fundamentals that a lot of us take for granted. One of these fundamentals being specifically that we require rest. Yes. If you know one of those people who goes to the gym each and every single day without ever taking a rest, what happens to that person is that they plateau, generally speaking. But we owe it to ourselves, and we need to provide ourselves with the respite that we have earned. We need to give ourselves the opportunities that many have bestowed upon us to build our bodies in ways that we see fit. It is not as simple as it seems. Although, 9 times out of 10, if you are already a dedicated fitness enthusiast or somebody in whom trains on a regular basis or is at least somewhat active, building your body is not the most arduous thing that could take place within the realm of your experiences. First and foremost, what we strongly suggest to anybody in whom is looking to build their body is consult with your physician. Get some blood work done. Get a urine test done. Get a good idea as to where you stand with respect to your current physical health. If you require modification, adjustment, adaptation, changing, or anything to any of these elements, consult with your doctor before you start engaging in any sort of high-intensity impact training or any sort of extensive weight training or any extensive cardio or endurance training as well. For you see, when the blood is not working properly, you will not be able to heal properly. You will not be able to see things from a particular perspective, and you will ultimately be selling yourself short. If you do have a clean bill of health, congratulations, you are ready to move forward. Your next step is configuring exactly what you want to do with your body. How do you wish to sculpt your masterpiece? Is it bulking up, looking absolutely massive and having giant muscles and having solid arms, a back that could carry the world, shoulders that could carry a volcano? Who knows? Only you. So when you take it into account, you must ask yourself exactly what it is that you are trying to do. Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to bulk? Are you trying to cut before an event? Or are you trying to look a certain way? Generally speaking, we'll keep this short. If you're looking to bulk, what you must do is you must do significant levels of weight training, as well as consuming multiple meals throughout the day, filled with protein, vitamins, nutrients, and substances. We strongly recommend that you become a fan of yogurt, Greek yogurt specifically, that you become very acclimated with fish and or chicken breast, brown or white rice, and good old baked potatoes. Because as plain as it is, the building blocks to make your body as strong and as lean as you possibly want it and or as bulky as you want it dwells within the food that you choose to restore your energy with. If you are looking to maintain a lean figure, and if you want those abs, and if you want a body to where you have wide shoulders, you have the V waist, the V line, this one is for you. As an individual in whom works his ass off to maintain a lean figure, trains almost each and every single day, has the abs, has the shoulders, has the chest, has the back, let me tell you exactly how to identify areas of opportunity that will keep you from getting there. Number one, do anything and everything that you possibly can to remove all sugars from your diet. All. For at least 7 to 14 days. Why? Because if you do this, and if you are a regular soda consumer, or you like to have a whole ton of sugar in your coffee, or something to that effect, you will notice that you retain a lot more water. You will notice that you retain a lot more fat. Give yourself a 7 to 14 day period where you completely remove sugar from your diet, and you will find that the next moment that you have a breakfast cereal with sugar in it, or something that is highly sugar laden, like a cake or a muffin or a donut or a cookie, you will notice very quickly just how much your body hates it. Yes, your body does not like the vast amount of sugars and the vast amount of crazy chemicals that are in the food that we consume day to day here in North America. And let me tell you, when I go home to Germany, I'm bringing back some lovely, lovely food the next time I pop back to North America. But that's another topic for another day. You want to get the abs, right? You want to have a good-looking chest. You want to have some toned arms. You want to have some vascularity going on. All you need to do is listen to your body. Take a moment and understand that your body is telling you something. It wants to work with you. When you are eating the regular diet that you set for yourself, like I said, the chicken and rice, or the chicken and potatoes, the fish and rice, hell, even if you just want to get yourself some lean or extra lean ground beef and mix it in with some vegetables like peppers, some mushrooms, maybe just a tiny little bit of crushed and cloved garlic, add yourself in some lao gan ma or some delicious spice sauce. You're giving yourself an opportunity for the body to truly process and to absorb each nutrient, for it to be able to send it in all of the appropriate directions. So when you are looking at building your body, it isn't just the weight training. It isn't just the exercise. Because what most people will not tell you is that it is not 90% exercise, 10% diet. It's the other way around. You eat well, you take care of yourself, and you at least jog, walk, remain active a little bit every single day, you will lose weight. You will lose fat. I have had several clients over the years in whom were shocked that all they had to do was stop eating sugar and they dropped weight without even trying. If you drink soda every day and you are a bit overweight and you want that to change, switch to Perrier. Switch to a carbonated water. Something with absolutely no sugar and no preservatives at all, with the exception of the carbonation of the water. And you'll find just how quickly that your body just completely adapts and thrives and identifies with it. Now, I do feel a little bit hypocritical here, as I have never once in my life been overweight. I have always been lean. I have always been athletic. So I can't entirely and fully speak to that experience. But what I can say is that for anybody in whom is trying their best to fight out of a scenario to where they are just trying to get in better shape, to where they're just trying to be healthy, the first step is to believe in yourself. And the first step is to understand that it is not a sprint. It will take time. It will take effort. It will take energy. And rest assured, if you are lost, and if you are looking for a couple of ways to configure some things and or identify some solutions, looking for some meal ideas, you want some ideas on how to train without hurting yourself, you want some ideas on what to do in order to increase your cardiovascular endurance, or to increase how you look in terms of your muscular endurance, or to make yourself look how you want to be. If you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on a personal trainer and you want some advice, or you want some help, feel free to email us at clericvonchaos@gmail.com or the cheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up in the comments section of this here video if you really want to. Because at the end of the day, dear listeners, we are all trying our very best just to survive. And if each of you have one day to where you are able to sit down and really truly plan exactly what it is that you want to do with your life, and building your body is a part of it, there is absolutely nothing that can stop you. Thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourselves and each other. At the top of today's episode, we promised you a list of the top 5 protein snacks that will help increase your muscles and not increase your fat. So, without further ado, dear listeners, let's dive right in. Coming in at number 5, we have Jack Link's beef jerky. Coming in at number 4, we have Bavarian and Tuscan-style pepperettes through pillars. Coming in at number 3, we have... Yes, it's coming. We have the boiled and the roasted skinless chicken breast that you cut up into little pieces, you put it into a container, and you save for later. Eat it cold with a little bit of tomato, and you got yourself a delicious snack right there. Also coming in at number 2, pretzels, dear listeners. Yes, you may be surprised to understand that pretzels are actually a fairly decent source of protein, and they are not too high in fat. So as long as you're grabbing the right brand, your fitness should be well at hand. And of course, who would be kidding if number 1 wasn't one of the best and one of the tastiest protein that you could ever have, and that is, of course, at-home steak strips. Now, what do we mean by this? Simply grill yourself a steak and cut it into little strips, cure it if you can, and leave it in the fridge. And then as the week goes by, slowly munch on it and consume it as you see fit. Have a lovely, delicious protein snack and give yourself an opportunity for your body to recover faster. What is your top 5, dear listeners? Feel free to email us at either the cheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com or clericvonchaos@gmail.com. Today's joke has been brought to you by the Cleric of Chaos. The powerlifter was in the gym and he was putting aside a whole ton of reps as a couple of people came up beside him and said, "Hey, what is your protein secret?" And he takes off his headphones and he's like, "Protein? Nah, I'm my own protein, brah." Today's Business Spotlight is once again brought to you by CRDVC. Are you looking for a consultant that can help you with event management, event planning, hosting, curating? Or are you a corporation looking to increase your ROI, maybe increase your employee retention, perhaps develop some strategies for future projects that you may need some external assistance on? By all means, email us at clericvonchaos@gmail.com. Mention the Cheating Death Podcast and you'll get 20 to 25% off of your first meeting. Our first lovely legend, dear listeners, on the Business Spotlight is, of course, our friend over at just_the_epic_ on Instagram and YouTube. Yes, we are, of course, talking about the legendary Douglas Mallow, professional wrestler, power lifter, and predator catcher extraordinaire. Catch him on the Scaling Up Catches YouTube at youtube.com/@ScalingUpCatches. Check him out at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and a whole ton of California wrestling organizations. Follow him on the Instagram and follow his journey as he teaches you how you can be powerful, how you can be strong, and how you can inspire others. Are you looking at configuring a funny place for the evening, dear listeners? Well, if you are in Toronto, Ontario, we highly encourage you to head on over to 814 Bloor Street West in Toronto, Ontario, and enjoy some comedy at the Backrooms Comedy Club, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Mr. Brandon Sobel and team have put together an absolutely outstanding assembly of lovely comedians and people who want to help you have a great evening. Pro shows taking place all the time. Reach out to them at Instagram at Backrooms Comedy Club. Have a look at their lovely comedy program where they will teach you how to be a successful comedian if you are looking at dabbling into the profession. Whether or not you are looking to do an open mic every now and then, or whether you want to make it your next late-breaking career, Brandon Sobel and team at Backrooms Comedy Club have everything you need in order to get you to that next level. So head on over to Instagram.com/backroomscomedyclub and subscribe today. While you're at it, why not head 30 units down the street to 844 Bloor Street West and hit up our friend over at Keys Comedy Club at Instagram, Keys Comedy Club, and keyscomedyclub.com. Yes, Mr. Key Epic himself, one of the most legendary and pure, I do mean pure, comedians in Toronto, and by that I don't necessarily mean his jokes, I mean his heart, dear listeners, because he is a man in whom does everything he possibly can to help each and every single person along the way. And note that you are going to have a very fun day when you head on over to one of their shows. So head on over to keyscomedyclub.com and pick yourself up a ticket for as low as $9, with shows happening almost every day of the week. And while you're at it, if you're looking for something to wet your whistle and or satiate your stomach, by all means stop by our friends over at Dundas Shawarma at 768 Dundas Street West in Toronto, Ontario. Open daily from noon all the way till midnight. Beautiful specials every single day, and if you have the Too Good To Go app, you can get a fresh shawarma wrap for $5.99 and 3 shawarma wraps for $10.99. So, grab yourself a slice of pizza and a tasty wrap, and tell them the Cheating Death Podcast sent ya. If you are looking at going to another place that is absolutely phenomenal and beautiful, dear listeners, you can head on down to 10 College Street and visit our friends at the W Burger Bar, open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Try out their Raspberry Riptide Fishbowl or their Pink Pearl Fishbowl drink, all for just $9.99. Frozen cocktails starting at $6.99, and the lunch special between 11 and 3 for $9.99 for a burger and fries and $2.25 beer all day. There is no reason for you to stop by W Burger Bar and say hey. This has been your Business Spotlight, ladies and gentlemen. If you want your business featured on the Business Spotlight, email us at clericvonchaos@gmail.com and mention the program and get 20 to 25% off of your first advertisement mention. And remember, it is not our business to determine which business is the business in which you run your business. However, it is your business to understand how better to increase your business. And it is no one else's business but your business. Take care of yourselves and each other. Building your body is as rudimentary in some ways as it is to make yourself a piece of toast. Understand that you must remove the bread from the bag, and you must then place said bread into the toaster or into the oven until a reasonable time to where you remove it and let it rest for a minute or two, and then you consume said toast with butter or jam, or if you're feeling adventurous, some spicy hot sauce. I'm not going to tell you or judge you based on how you consume your toast. That is simply not how I operate. But building your body is as simple as preparing yourself, getting yourself in condition, doing a little workout for yourself, and then giving yourself a chance to rest. Something that none of us do very much. We always burn the candle at both ends. We're always trying to grind a little bit farther, a little bit harder, a little bit faster. But sometimes all that we really have to do is see what it is within ourselves that truly finds the reasons for us to be the legendary protein consumers that we are. Life is not easy. Building your body to be lean, to have your abs, to have your chest, your shoulders, whatever you are looking for. If you're looking to tone and if you're looking to develop, if you're looking to slim down and have one of those emo lean bodies, if you are looking to bulk up and have a body as amazing and as outstanding as Douglas Mallow's, your choices are yours. Your life, your body will tell you what works and what doesn't. It is important that you take the time to listen to it and identify specifically exactly what you can do to build your body. Until next time, dear listeners, take care of yourselves and each other. The Cheating Death Podcast is brought to you by Nachtenleben, CRDVC, Cleric of Chaos, and where you find all podcasts on all platforms. Please follow us at youtube.com/@Cleric of Chaos and youtube.com/@WeAllCheatDeath for all the latest updates, information, songs, music, media, and much, much more. If you would like to support the program, You may do so at the links in the episode's description and podcast description through a one-time payment, purchasing a cameo, buying yourself some merchandise, and much, much more. Please follow each and every single one of our friends at the pinned profile post, as well as the links in the episodes and in the podcast's description. And if you or anyone you know is experiencing psychiatric duress, gambling, abuse, substance withdrawal, or any of those types of calamities, please consult with the telephone numbers listed in the toll-free part of the episodes and in the podcast description, and they are all open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you or anyone you know is looking to adopt a playful puppy or a cute kitten, please visit your local animal adoption rescue center. And today, remember to go to yummypets.com/voice, sign up for a free account, and click that button to give an opportunity for 330 pounds of free kibble to be delivered to various cat and dog shelters throughout the course of the month. Dear listeners, your life is not a one-track solution. There is no easy answer, but that does not necessarily mean that the answer is not worth looking for. Remember, we're pulling for you. We are all in this together.